Can someone actually be so bulletproof that they never ever learn from their own near-death cancellations? If that someone is James Charles, the answer looks like a giant glittery yes. This is the same guy who went from being the very first male face of CoverGirl, getting flown out to collab with Kylie Jenner, walking the Met Gala red carpet in custom couture, and hosting his own YouTube reality competition series, straight to holding the Guinness level record for the most subscribers lost in a single day, and getting buried under an avalanche of grooming allegations involving multiple underage boys. And somehow, some way, he keeps finding brand new shovels to dig the hole even deeper. What's up, legends? Internet Rebel here. Every single week, we drop hour-long documentaries dissecting the most chaotic internet empires and their even more chaotic downfalls. And today, we are going full forensic on James Charles. How a small-town kid from New York hijacked the entire beauty industry before he could legally drink. How his own reckless behavior turned him into public enemy number one. How he clawed his way out of cancellation not once, but twice. And how in 2025 he finally managed to light the match that burned whatever was left of his reputation straight to the ground. If you live for this kind of unfiltered internet chaos, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's get into it. James Charles didn't just break into the beauty space. He kicked the door off the hinges while everyone was still arguing whether guys should even be allowed inside. He started his YouTube channel in 2015, posting ring light lit makeup tutorials from his bedroom in Bethlehem, New York. And within 12 months, he was viral, famous, and still had to ask his mom for a ride to school because he couldn't drive yet. But here's the part everyone forgets. His actual breakout moment wasn't a transformation video or even an Instagram post. It was one single tweet. Senior year, James begged the yearbook photographer to let him reshoot his pictures. He showed up with a full face of highlight and his own ring light, took the glowiest photo known to man, and tweeted, "I retook my senior photos and brought my ring light with me so my highlight would be popping. I love being extra." That tweet got 28,000 retweets, 68,000 likes, and Zendaya herself quote tweeted it saying, "You win." Overnight, brands that had never considered a male ambassador realized the internet was ready, and James became patient zero for the male beauty influencer boom. CoverGirl moved faster than anyone. October 2016, they announced James as their first ever cover boy. Katy Perry dropped the reveal on her Instagram with the caption, "Honored to announce the first ever cover boy James Charles." And the comments were an absolute flood of, "This is history," and "I'm crying, I'm so proud." Suddenly, the same brand that had Rihanna, Taylor Swift, and Sofia Vergara on speed dial had a 17-year-old boy from upstate New York as their new face. He shot campaigns, sat front row at Fashion Week, and his YouTube, which was already sitting at almost 100,000 subscribers, exploded. Videos that used to get 20, 30K views started pulling 500K, then a million, then 5 million overnight. And James knew exactly how to feed the machine. He posted constantly, never missing an upload, always loud, always extra, always cracking jokes at his own expense. Old clips of him trying to sing 3-part a cappella in perfect contour, or looking back at his cringy 2016 intros and screaming, "Why did I do that to myself?" made him feel human in a way most influencers never manage. People didn't just watch for the makeup, they watched because James was legitimately funny and didn't care if he looked stupid. By 2018, he passed 1 million subscribers like it was nothing. Collabs with Kim Kardashian, Doja Cat, before she was Doja Cat, and Miranda Sings were breaking the internet every time. Then 2019 rolled in, and James hit the absolute stratosphere thanks to one chaotic friend group everyone was obsessed with, the Sister Squad. James, Emma Chamberlain, and the Dolan twins became the 4 horsemen of 2019 YouTube. Their mukbangs were unhinged. Grayson screaming about pink eye while shoving sushi in his face. Their buying each other outfits videos cost thousands of dollars and zero dignity. And every time James did the whole squad's makeup, the views shot past 15 million. His channel went from 5-6 million views per video to comfortably sitting above 10 million every single upload. He got Kylie Jenner in his studio. He got invited to the Met Gala in a custom crystal-encrusted suit with a 20-foot train carried by 6 shirtless male models. He was 19 years old and untouchable. And then he opened his mouth about his type. In an old video, he casually said he almost exclusively went for straight guys because they're just hotter. The internet side-eyed it hard, but it became radioactive when he got photographed at Coachella cuddling with straight Instagram model Gage Gomez. Twitter lost its mind thinking they were dating. James quote tweeted the photo himself and said, "Nope, still single. This boy played me for months and is a disgusting con artist." Gage immediately posted a full video saying James knew he was straight from day one and still pressured him nonstop. James dropped a 67-tweet Notes app essay defending himself. The internet mostly bought it, Gage faded away, and everyone moved on. That should have been the warning shot. It wasn't. May 2019, Tati Westbrook, his former mentor who had basically raised him in the beauty world, uploaded a 43-minute video titled "Bye Sister" that detonated like a nuke. She accused James of trying to hook up with yet another straight guy, this time a waiter at her birthday dinner, bragging that, "It doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity." Screenshots leaked. The waiter Sam Cooke dropped his own video, admitting they made out when he was bi-curious, but saying James stalked him for weeks afterward, offering to fly him to LA even after Sam repeatedly said he was straight and done. Tati screamed all of this to her 10 million subscribers. James lost 3 million subscribers in under a week, including a single-day record of 1.26 million that has never been broken. He came back swinging with an hour-long video called "No More Lies," calm, collected, showing receipts, exposing Jeffree Star for allegedly orchestrating the whole thing with Tati, and proving Sam Cooke had lied about parts of the story. The internet flipped again. Tati's career imploded. James gained 2 million subscribers back, tripled his views the next year, and looked like the ultimate cancellation survivor. Then 2021 showed up with a vengeance. First, he went on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast and said, verbatim, that the youngest he'd date is 18, 19. That looks a little older, or 24 with a young personality. That Logan Paul clip aged like absolute poison because exactly 1 month later, in February 2021, a 16-year-old TikToker went public with a video containing heavily blurred Snapchat screenshots. He claimed James had added him, quickly turned the conversation inappropriate, and continued pushing for private photos even after being clearly told the boy's real age. James immediately fired back with another long Notes app statement, insisting the teen had originally said he was 18, that he ended all contact the second he learned the truth, and that he had been misled. Because Snapchat messages disappear automatically, there was no way for anyone outside the chat to confirm the exact order of what was said and when. At that point, a lot of people were still willing to give James the benefit of the doubt, but that wouldn't last much longer. Then another 16-year-old came forward, then another 15-year-old, then another 16-year-old, then a 17-year-old. The stories were all the same. James adds them, flirts aggressively, sends explicit photos, gets told their age, allegedly keeps going. The pile became a mountain. Keemstar dropped an unhinged rant screaming for the FBI. YouTube demonetized him. Morphe dropped him. His reality show Instant Influencer got memory hold. Brands ran for the hills. James posted the most corporate apology video in history, blamed everything on being desperate for love, cried exactly the right amount, promised to educate himself, and took a 90-day break. Most people called it fake tears and victim playing. He came back, posted consistently, and slowly rebuilt to 3-4 million views per video. Never the 15 million he used to get, but enough to stay alive. And then 2025 happened. Influencer Kayla Malick dropped a gut-wrenching 2-part documentary detailing months of physical and emotional abuse from her ex-boyfriend, Evan Johnson. Evan got arrested, then convicted of domestic assault. One of Evan's former friends, Zach Sellers, went live and casually mentioned hearing James Charles's voice on speakerphone coaching Evan on how to handle the situation, allegedly telling Evan that Kayla was a psycho liar who made everything up for views and that Evan actually won by getting away from her. James waited until literally the day after Evan was sentenced and posted a TikTok saying he barely knew Evan and fully condemned him. Nobody bought it? Kayla came with the receipts. 3 10-minute TikToks full of screenshots showing James thirsting over Evan while he was still dating Kayla, James texting, "Can I have him now?" the literal day after the breakup, and James celebrating that Evan dodged a bullet with the crazy clout chaser. The lack of empathy was radioactive. Since those videos dropped, James's channel has been in free fall. He went from comfortably pulling 2 or 4 million views to struggling to break 1 million. Comments are brutal. Like to dislike ratios are cooked, and for the first time it actually feels like the consequences are sticking. If James had ever learned the art of shutting up, if he'd just let dramas die instead of writing 40-page defenses every single time, most of these scandals would be ancient history by now. But he can't help himself. Every single time he thinks one more statement, one more video, one more "here's my side" will fix it, and every single time it just adds another layer of gasoline. James Charles built one of the fastest empires in YouTube history, survived 2 cancellations that would have ended anyone else, and then spent the last 4 years proving over and over again that some people will literally set their own house on fire just to prove they're still in control of the matches. And that, legends, is the full, unfiltered story of how James Charles went from the king of beauty YouTube to the poster child for never, ever learning.